I was just reading, there's a little warning about this content not being suitable for all audiences, which does not make me feel happy inside because, like, I would say every episode of Attack on Titan is not suitable for all audiences, you know? So what's so different about this time? You know, that's the scary part. I don't know if that's new or if that's like a coincidence, but that's a little weird. Good for Levi. I knew he wasn't dead. I knew he would be fine. I had faith in him all along. Now he has like cool scar. We're all gonna die anyway, but you know. Oh, see? And they don't even know that Zeke has been stopped yet at this point. I'm assuming because it's a flashback, right? Oh. Yeah, Levi's back. Oh my God, like just hearing Levi's voice again. But see, the question is why Zeke was fully prepared to die, you know? Like, how did he know he would be saved? Oh. But they don't need to run now because Aaron's in charge. Listen, sir, get in line, because at this point, he may not even be alive anymore. Like, damn, yeah, Levi, you tell him. Oh, Levi's such a badass. Levi's so cool. Damn. She won't even call him Aaron anymore. That's fucked up. Oh, see? Oh my God. Pieck and Hange, that's kind of like a cute ship too. Because like Pieck is super smart and Hange is super smart. See, this is interesting. Like an alliance of convenience. Oh my God. Oh, Mikasa, she's crying. How can you do that? Like, you know, to this little boy. Oh, Falco, please. Oh no. Oh, but he'll remember, won't he? Because they were here before. But that's not why. Oh, fuck, wait, what? But he still doesn't know about his powers. He probably thinks it's for revenge. Yeah. Yeah, see, he's like, no, it's not about Sasha. Oh, boy. Come on, Connie, do the right thing. This is beautifully animated, though, like seemingly more so than any other episode. At least that's what I think. What? What? What do you mean? That's what you're going with? Are you fucking crazy? What the hell? Oh, Connie, this is the absolute dumbest nonsense. Like, bro, I mean, nobody said that Connie had the brains, you know? Like, oh no! Come on, Connie, please. I feel like Connie was already on the verge, though, of not doing it. Oh, see, he's even admitting that he's an idiot. Falco, don't ask questions right now, sir. No, come on. Mommy Titan has to say something. Mama Titan has to say something. Come on. No! Armin, no! No! See, but he can't do it. Armin, no! No! Oh boy! Okay! Okay, guys! Jeez! Oh, Falco! I really wanted the Titan to say no, though. Oh. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, Aaron has inflicted irreversible mental trauma. Oh. Good job, Connie. I know you wouldn't do it. I mean, you were, like, pretty fucking close. But, like, I believed in him. Why are you wearing Mikasa's scarf, sis? Like, why did she do this? This is a little creepy, don't you think? Oh my God, this girl's a little bit of a weirdo, in my opinion. Oh, so this girl's just gonna die? When? Oh. like maybe she feels bad. Like, maybe she feels guilty that the girl is dead because of her. Mikasa looks so pissed. Maybe that's why she left. Not because she felt guilty, but because the death of somebody who trusted her enough to die for the cause, like, made her enraged. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why she left, because she was angry. Like, she was angry that that girl admired her and joined because of her, and then she failed to protect the girl because of all this bullshit. So maybe she was mad, and she wants to stop them now on her to avenge her, I guess. Wow, so after everything, they're just feeding this children? Is that Annie beside them though, bro? Well, that's a little random. Oh, look at the kids, because they know her, right? What is this scene, bro? There's some weird comedic faces in this episode. Hey, don't say it that loud. She's still like a wanted fugitive, right? Bro, she hasn't eaten in like 4 years. Wow, she just abandoned Hitch? That's fucked up. What if Hitch wanted to go? Yeah, that's so fucked. Like, Hitch didn't get a say at all. Aww. Yeah, I think Jean is gonna kill Floche right now. Unless he's become complacent, then Mikasa's gonna kill Floche right now. So it's either Jean's gonna kill Floche, and he was just pretending to be, like, with them now, or I don't know. See? And all of Floche's monologuing is gonna get him killed, because if he just did it, she'd be dead, but now they always got a monologue, right? He's definitely not gonna kill her. See? Like, Floche, if Floche fails, it's his fault. I don't think he can do it. I don't think he has the guts to do it. I think that's why he said not yet, because he doesn't have it in him. Oh, see? This man doesn't deserve it. Like, Yelena, fine, but this man, this precious man, damn. Oh, I love this guy, though. Come on, Sean, don't do this. No! Warning. Oh, Jesus. Whoops. Whee! No! Not for him! Jean! No! No. I think oh, Mikasa's gonna kill this man. Oh my god. I think Jean isn't dead, but that Pieck ate Yelena and the other guy, because Pieck can do that. She did that with Gabby, right? So I think she just put them in her mouth. I don't think that Jean is dead. I think he's fine. He's probably good. He's probably just with them in Peck's mouth. So it's fine. Floche, though, Mikasa's gonna kill this man. Oh, fuck. Who the fuck could that be? Or, Shadis, I should say. Maybe it's Shadis. Oh, God. Oh, God, I didn't need to see that. Was that what the content warning was for? The vomit? Anyways. Oh, look, Hanji. Oh, see? Because they're working with Hanji. So, like, it's okay. But it's not what he wanted, see? Damn, this scene's so beautiful, too. Damn. Yeah. Good job, Sean. Yeah, I don't think Yelena wanted to live, to be honest. So, Hitch? No, it's Annie. I thought that would have been cool. Reiner's just like, oh yeah, because Gabby knew where Reiner was. So Gabby brought everyone to Reiner. This makes total sense. Connie looks like he wants to cut this man. No, look at how mad he is. Oh wait, Mikasa, did you kill Floche? Okay, but I need to know how. Like, all right, everybody, let us get into the discussion now. Now, the first thing that I think is worth talking about is Hanji's little scene here. There are people that are following her and Levi. She calls them their pursuers, and she shoots them. Like, she just shoots them. There's something else that I want to mention actually really quick before we get into that. Is like, there was a content warning at the beginning of this episode, and I'm not sure why. Like, I'm not sure if Crunchyroll was supposed to be doing that before and they just like forgot, because like this is the first week I've seen the content warning, but now I'm like, what was the content warning for? Because I was like, that's a little weird, because it was like, oh yeah, this isn't suitable for children or like young audiences, and I'm like, but Attack on Titan has never been, you know what I mean? So I don't know if it was a new update or something, but like I saw that message and I was so scared, because I was like, why the fuck is there a content warning? It's Attack on Titan. Not to say that there shouldn't be. Like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have content warnings. I'm saying, like, Attack on Titan is already so bad. Like, what could possibly, like, make them put a content warning on it at this stage? Like, if you've gotten this far. But it may just be, like, a new website update or something like that. It may not have been for this particular episode, but do you guys know what I mean? I have nothing against a content warning or, like, a list of, like, what do you call it? Like, just a list. Like, sometimes Netflix will have, like, death, you know, drugs, like it'll have like a list at the top of everything like in the episode and stuff. I have nothing against those. I just thought that it was like, what the fuck is happening? Because this is Attack on Titan. And so if there's a content warning, like what could that content warning, what is so bad in this episode that we haven't already seen? But yeah, I think that was probably irrelevant. But back to Hanji, she's crying, right? Because the whole thing is that with them and then also Floch, all of these people were her friends. Like, all of these people were their comrades and, like, brothers in arms who they had fought alongside before. And so I think that's why she's crying, is because she didn't want to have to do that. She probably knows who those people are, but she had to kill them to protect Levi, right? And so it just shows you how, like, they are being divided. Especially just because, like, Eren wants to do this for his friends, but his actions are also causing his friends to be put in danger, and then to also, you know, like have long-lasting mental trauma and kill people that they don't want to kill. You know what I mean? Like, Eren's actions kind of made Hanji shoot those people, even though, like, those were Eren's men, and Eren wants to protect his friends, but, like, Hanji and Zeke, or Hanji and Levi were not being protected because of Zeke, right? And so, like, isn't that the weird part about all of this? Is that, like, I guess, are Hanji and Levi disposable to Eren? Like, is that not who Eren was also referring to? So I just thought that that was kind of interesting, right? Is that, like, Eren is doing things to protect his friends, right, and give them freedom, but at the same time, the people that he's working with, like the Jaegerists, are killing his friends, are like going after his friends, unless I guess he doesn't consider Hanji and Levi his friends, right? I thought that this dialogue was interesting just because she's basically like how the tables have tabled. I was the one putting people in cells. She actually had Eren in a cell for a long time, remember? And so now it's like the shoe's on the other foot. Maybe that's why Eren has no interest in protecting her, because, like, you know, she locked him up in a cell for a bit, but, like, you guys understand what I'm saying. And I just love her, like, how about we live out here forever, Levi? I thought that that was really, really cute. But then she sees Eren's vision, so we get, like, a sense of time, because, like, Eren's vision happened at a very specific point in time, and so now we know that this was before the vision, and now everything after is after the vision, so we kind of have a timeline that this section is sort of more of a flashback. And Levi basically explains, who is doing fine, by the way. I actually wondered if it was because of, like, the medical sewing in this episode, like with the needle, that maybe the content warning was there, something that I was just thinking about, because I'm like somebody who is like needle phobic, I guess. What do you say? Like, you have like a phobia of it, of like the needles and stuff, and like blood work and things like that. So it wasn't a needle, it was like a pin, but like still that may disturb some people more than, I don't know, like somebody's head getting cut off, fine. Needles? No, right? It just depends on the person. But anyway, so I thought that this scene was really cool too, because now we have like two big brain, galaxy brain people working together. We have Pieck, and then obviously we have Hanji, and like they're both super smart. So I think that this is super cool. And like she seems kind of like impressed, you know what I mean? Because she's kind of like brainy as well. Like Hanji knows everything even more than Marley. I kind of ship these two. I don't know if that's like a thing, but I don't know. I feel like there's something sexy about two smart people respecting each other's smartness, you know? I know it's so humongous that it seems like nothing can be done, right? And so I feel like she's kind of talking about the situation. She's talking about Eren, but you know, like, she obviously thinks that there's a way somehow. We have no choice. We've got to put our powers together, right? And so I just really like that, because that's sort of the theme of this entire episode, is this unification, and we'll talk more about that at the end. I do wonder if over here, like, this stuff is a metaphor, because we see that Jean is awake, right? He can't sleep. He's pressed up against the wall in the bed area. Then we have Mikasa. She can't sleep either. And we actually, when we zoom in on her, it seems like she's crying. At least that's the how do you say, the impression that I got. And then over here you have Annie. She can't sleep, but Hitch is asleep. And so I'm like, is that a metaphor for like who's okay with what's happening right now and who's not? Or who's okay with their own actions right now and who's not? Like, is it about the people's actions, or is it about how okay they are with the situation, right? Because you have characters like that lady, that girl that really likes Mikasa later on. And she, when she dies, she's like, I wish I could have seen the new world that Eren would have created, right? Like, it seems like that based off of that, she was like very pro Eren, right? So I don't know if the awake metaphor is like everybody is awake because they do not agree with Eren, or everybody is awake because they do not like agree with their own actions, or they're at odds with themselves. Whereas Hitch is not at odds with herself. Maybe it's not that deep, I don't know. And see, Reiner's asleep too. So that's why I think it's more about like a personal thing, because Reiner isn't at odds with himself. He's not like conflicted on what to do. He's just given up, right? So Reiner's asleep because he's given up. Falco's asleep because Falco has like no reason to feel like internal contention, if that makes sense. And then Annie is awake by contrast because she does feel internal contention. You know what I mean? And maybe Hitch doesn't feel internal contention, right? And so I thought that that was sort of interesting, that maybe that means something, but I'm not sure. Then we have the stuff with Conny, right? He's thinking about how he's gonna do this in a very, like, it's fucked up. Like, the facial expression he has, he seems like so, like, unfeeling, right? And so I thought of something pretty fucked up too, which was that Conny could use spinal fluid to turn himself into a Titan and then eat Falco, and then it would be like a guarantee, right? That then Conny could sacrifice himself for his mom. But I was like, but I think that Conny wants to be with his mom. You know what I mean? Like, that plan would only work if Conny was willing to kill himself for his mom and also had access to the spinal fluid. But that's something like that I had sort of thought of. I was like, well, what if Conny makes himself a Titan and then he eats Falco and then he sacrifices himself to his mom? That'd be kind of fucked up. Luckily, that did not happen. And like, Connie's not smart enough. And I say that like with love, right? Because he even says that in the episode. He's like, you wouldn't understand how idiots think. He was being kind of like self-deprecating towards himself. But I think he's also just saying that because it's like, we can't all be like you, Armin. I know that I'm stupid. Like, I know that I'm an idiot, but like, this is how I feel. So it's almost like Armin always thinks with logic, but Conny is not smart enough to think with logic. He thinks with his heart. He thinks with emotion, right? I feel like that's sort of the vibe. And he's like, what a nice boy, a nice innocent boy. He hasn't even complained about camping in the woods. And I love this. Well, like, does he seriously trust me? Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh boy, poor Falco. I mean, did he really have a choice? What's he gonna do? Run away? Right? You know what I mean? They were riding on the back of a horse. What's Falco gonna do? Just go, like, look around in the middle of the woods? So really, like, I understand why Falco stayed with Conny. It would have made no sense to leave Conny. But I think what's interesting here is Conny is, like, bringing up Sasha. Like, would you have understood? Would you have sided with me? But Falco heard this and thinks that, like, it's to get revenge. That Falco has been basically kidnapped by Conny because Gabby killed Sasha, and it's like an eye for an eye sort of thing, right? And so Falco seems to be onto him in this scene. But it's not like that, because Connie's like, nope, shit happens, which I thought that that was a bit of a surprising reaction, to be perfectly honest. The, like, nope. Like, that's not what it's about at all. But yeah, I'm just like, I cannot believe, like, Connie's plan here. And again, it's that sort of like, yeah, Connie's an idiot. Like, I feel like that's what they were trying to reinforce. You know what I mean? It's like, Connie really thought that this was gonna work. You know? That's the sad part, is that, like, he was like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. And so I think that that line was just so true later on. Like, hey, you don't get this chance every day, right? And I think that it's funny that Hanji even asked about, like, Pieck brushing her teeth, but I don't know if that meant, like, her human teeth or, like, her Titan teeth. I'm pretty sure that she meant her, like, human teeth because Pieck can stay inside of the Titan for a long time. You know what I mean? I just imagine like Pieck just brings like a toothbrush and like stuff like that. But does she have to eat as the cart Titan? Maybe they just like send her stuff like through the cart Titan's mouth. Maybe that's how it works, and then she gets it somehow. Anyway, it's okay. But she can pop out, right? Without like the whole like corpse of the Titan disappearing. We see that earlier, that she's sitting like talking to the commander, and then she goes back into the cart to attack Hanji. So I mean, she doesn't need to stay in there all the time. Anyway, irrelevant. And so yeah, I just love the scene with Gabby and Armin. You just see like the desperation and how Armin is trying to stop this, and we see more of that in a minute as well. Shut up, I don't want to hear it, don't talk, you wouldn't get it, right? But you see how pained Connie is at the same time. And I think this is really the crux of everything, right? A know-it-all wouldn't get how idiots work, right? Because that's kind of like the reference to Armin versus Connie. So Connie's even admitting, I know that this is stupid. I know this isn't a good idea, but you don't understand because you don't feel anything. People like me, we feel things. I think that that's basically the argument that he's trying to make. And so Gabby says to use Jaw's power, but then what about Gillard? Gillard is dead. It is so fucking sad. I really thought they were gonna bring him back too. I really thought Eren was gonna time travel or some shit. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine, I say. I haven't gotten over it. But yeah, that's so fucked up too, is that like, he's like, wait, I have the Jaw Titan power? What about Gillard? And you see Armin thinking about Erwin again, and that's actually sort of connected, right, to last episode and what he said to Mikasa. Like, he says, something to the degree of like, I shouldn't be here, it should have been Erwin, right? Like, he thinks that it should have been Erwin who lived and him that had died, that they made the wrong choice, right? And so this is him, I think, trying to be like, what would Erwin do? And ultimately, Erwin maybe was self-sacrificing. I mean, the other thing is, though, is that Armin knew that Connie would like not let this happen, right? So that's the other thing, is like, he was bluffing, but like, he also wasn't. And so maybe that's the difference, is that like, Irwin would sacrifice without thinking, right? But Armin is only kind of bluffing a sacrifice. He has a plan behind it. So maybe that's where the difference lies. And that's why Armin should be here instead of Irwin, right? Because Irwin was smart too. Like, he was a strategist. You know what I mean? But I think that Armin had like, I don't know, because he seems genuinely scared, because there's that 1% chance that Connie won't save him. But at the same time, I don't think that Armin is truly being self-sacrificing here. I think that he kind of knew that Connie would rescue him, right? And so I think that Armin, by doing this, his point is not necessarily like, I don't know, like to be self-sacrificing. I don't think that that was the point exactly. I think that what he was trying to make Connie realize is that in the same way that Armin is important to Connie, and Armin's important to Mikasa, and Armin's important to Jean, and like all of them, in the same way that they are all friends, and that like Mikasa and Jean and like everybody else would probably be super pissed if Connie sacrificed Armin to a Titan, Falco is no different, because Falco is special to Gabby. Falco is still special to someone. So I think basically Armin's point is that, like, he said, I'll show you through my actions, like, instead of saying my words. I don't think that the words of the action were, I would self-sacrifice myself for, like, this kid. I don't think that that's necessarily what Armin was trying to say. I think Armin's point was, if you won't let me die for your mom, why are you going to let this kid die for your mom, right? And if the answer is because I'm Armin, because you're my friend, Falco is also somebody's best friend and somebody's brother, and so on and so forth. So I think that that was Armin's point, is at first I thought that he was basically like doing a Sudoku, you know what I mean? I thought that he was trying to be self-sacrificing. But the more that I think about it, I think about something that they say after this scene, and it's that idea of like, you knew that I wasn't gonna do it. What was your plan if I hadn't saved you? To turn your mom back into a human and inherit the colossal Titan. If you thought about that for a second, you know that only make her suffer, right? And so that's the other thing, is that like, if he thought about it for a second, Armin did probably think about it for a second, right? And so he knew that like that wouldn't happen, that Connie would rescue him in a way, I think. I think that that's like what they're basically getting at, is that Armin was never really in any danger. He knew that Connie would save him. And so he wasn't trying to be self-sacrificing. He was trying to prove a point. which is a little bit different because he knew that Connie would like understand the point and like be converted in a way. When my mom sent me off, she said to be a splendid soldier, and yet her son almost killed a friend and a kid. Me too. I couldn't stack up to the commander. I feel like that Armin still has like Irwin related angst. Like, I don't think that that's gone away or anything, but I do think I stand by basically what I said before about like Armin's plan and the point that he was trying to make. But this is what I was trying to say last week too. Like, he is leaving all of his friends, Aaron is leaving all of his friends with like mental trauma. You know what I mean? So I truly wonder if like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. I wonder if my memory wipe theory is true, but like, he can only memory wipe all of the subjects of Ymir. He wouldn't be able to memory wipe the entire world, which would be kind of complicated because if he mind wipes everybody on Paradise and like not the rest of the world would remember this and hold the grudge, you know? But that's something I was thinking about in the case where the rumbling succeeds. If the rumbling succeeds, I could see the memory wipe thing happening. If it fails, if they foil the rumbling plan, well, then they foil the rumbling plan. You know what I mean? Like, then that's it. They foil the plan. But, like, I don't know. We'll talk about that at the end. But Connie decides to go save people in trouble, and we're all good. Now, this lady, like, this kid, I don't know, man. She's a little bit weird, bro. She's like, oh, I thought it would bring me closer to you, which is a little bit weird, a little bit parasocial, I guess, in a way. But yeah, and so then she takes the scarf, because Aaron talked about wanting to throw the scarf out. We have no idea if this is true either, by the way. I mean, she could have just been saying this. She seems a little attention-seeking, I don't know. But, like, this seems to startle Mikasa, right? So rather than just throw it out, I thought I'd just give it back, right? And I don't know, like, I don't know how to read Mikasa in this scene, to be honest, because I feel like that, like, she's kind of not giving this girl the time of day, you know? I became a soldier because I admired you. And then Mikasa sort of looks back at her in a sad way. I have no regrets because I gave my heart and my life following in your footsteps. But she walks away as the girl is mid-sentence, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, or if that was just like, you know what I mean? Like, if they didn't realize how that would read. But it reads to me that she was, like, on her deathbed saying her dying words, and Mikasa just, like, didn't give her the time of day and didn't care. And I'm sort of wondering why. Like, is it because she feels guilty? Because this girl is saying, I, like, was inspired by you, and now this girl has died because of Aaron, like, because of what Aaron has done. Like, she was inspired to fight because of Mikasa, and, like, maybe Mikasa feels like this is all his fault. Or is she so angry that this girl, like, has to die unjustly that now she's gonna go set things right, and part of that is going after Floch later on, you know? And so, yeah, that's the only thing that I'm sort of wondering about. I'm like, why did she walk away? Because I'm not that sure. Like, I'm not sure why she walked away like that. Then we have this scene where this guy's like, hey, are you gonna join? Not interested. Looks like Jean made up his mind, but they're in, like, cahoots. So it's okay. Now, the question is the timeline of the cahoots. You know what I mean? Because Floch is doing his whole speech because they're about to execute people. But, like, at the end of the episode, we see that Mikasa and Connie and Armin were all, like, in cahoots. And so I feel like that maybe, like, this scene in, like, the pie festival situation happened before the scene with Mikasa and Jean looking at each other, and that Jean just accepted the position in order for the plan to be carried out, you know? But something I will say about this scene is it's a little startling, and I think it's on purpose, that, like, these people are having a festival, but then, like, on the other side of town, you know, like, people have died, right? Like, people have, like, crumbled and died, and there's smoke and there's fire, and it's just, like, horrendous. But then here they're having, like, a party, right? And so I feel like that sort of contrast is just very, I don't know, it's just very real, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not unprecedented either. Like, I've seen pictures. What class was this that I would have seen this? I'm not entirely sure, but I remember, like, seeing this picture of something, and it was, like, this city, and, like, it was an aerial view of the city, and then on one side, you literally saw, like, where all the rich people lived, this giant wall, and then the side where the slums were. And I don't remember the context of why anymore, but, like, I remember seeing that picture, and it's like people can be right beside each other, but living two different, like, lives. And I think that that's that's the point of like this festival scene, right? Is that on one side you have everybody like fleeing from the walls. There are people crushed under stone, right? There's all this horrible shit going on like near where the walls collapsed. But then like in places like this, they're celebrating, right? Because like Aaron's gonna do the goods, right? As far as they think, right? And so yeah, I just thought that was a very like subtle point, but I thought it was a very poignant point by you know, the author and the people that make the anime and everything. Like I just thought that was very interesting. And we do get some like lighthearted comedy right here because they're talking about Annie, and I guess, does Annie not recognize like Armin and Conny, or is she just enjoying her pie so much she's not paying attention? You know what I mean? Because she's sitting right next to them, and also Gabby and Falco are there, so like I don't know, maybe she's just enjoying her pie too much. Maybe she wasn't paying attention, but that was sort of like a cool comedic scene. And like look at Falco's face from here to here is so funny, you know what I mean? Because like they remember Annie, right? Like I think that they do, you know, because they were all in the program. They know Reiner, so I think they would have known Annie and Bertolt as well. So I just thought that was so funny. It's like this is their first time seeing Annie in like years, and this is how they're seeing her, and this is such a meme. This is such a good like meme face. I don't know what that meme's gonna be, but that's so funny. This reads to me like I don't know, like a well actually or something like that. You know, like somebody arguing with you in the comment section vibe. Anyway, that's what I was thinking, but yeah. Oh boy, but yeah, this is her first pie in like years. Leave this bitch alone, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, Armin says that obviously. But yeah, I feel so bad for this girl though. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I decided to ditch you. Go ahead, sorry for the trouble. And so maybe she did this like to protect her, like to protect Hitch, because obviously they're kind of going on a mission where there's no turning back sort of thing. But like, I don't know, I feel so bad for Hitch. Like you can't see her eyes, and I feel like that's sort of implied that she's crying because like, you know, like why? Like Hitch did so much for her. She did not deserve to be leaved. Yeah, to be leaved like that, to be left like that. You guys know what I mean. Anyway, so then we have the Floch and Yelena situation. So this is what I'm saying about Jean. I think that Mikasa met up with Armin before the scene where Jean accepted the position. And Jean accepted the position as part of Armin's plan, right? So we'll probably see a flashback to that next episode. So basically I'm saying the pie thing happened. Then Mikasa met up with Armin and co. Then Jean agreed with the plan, and we see that scene where Floch is giving his speech, and then this happens. Like, that's basically the timeline I'm thinking of. But they showed it out of order to try and trick us, I guess, you know? And so, yeah, I just thought that this scene was, like, so fucked up because, like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like that it's explained well later when when this guy is basically like, even you should understand that indiscriminate death is bad. You know what I mean? It's like, how could, like, you guys of all people not understand that sort of thing? Like, that's the vibe I'm sort of getting. It does seem, though, that Floch is, like, hesitant, I would say. Like, he seems hesitant. And I thought at first he was crying, but I think that's just like his eyeline or something. But yeah, I think he was hesitant, and I don't think he had the balls to do it because he says not yet. And then, like, you know, he basically starts explaining about what led this guy here, and it's not too late to change your mind, you know, as opposed to Yelena, who's like a war criminal, and we just see like the look on his face here. I feel like he didn't want to kill him, and so I feel like that's why Floch kind of puts it off. He's like, not yet, and then focuses on him, right? I feel like that's sort of why, because I don't think he had the balls to actually shoot Yelena, but he shot that other guy fine. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, bro. I don't know. But yeah, maybe Floch is like in on it, but Floch wouldn't change sides right now. So I feel like that doesn't make any sense, right? Maybe it's just his, I don't know, his posturing, I guess you call it. Like maybe he thought that if he could convince this man, right, that Jean could kill Yelena, and then he wouldn't have to do it. Maybe that was the idea, because they both have one to kill, basically, right? Like, Floch has Yelena, and then Jean has this guy. But if this guy, like, repented, then maybe Jean could kill Yelena if Floch, for some reason, is, like, chickening out for whatever reason. And so, yeah, I just think that that's odd. I think it's odd that he put it off. And so there must be, like, a reason, whether it's, like, he's boastful, you know, like, he's full of himself, or because he was, you know, how do you say it? he was hesitant because he had known them better, like compared to the other like Marley guy that he killed before. Maybe that's it, but yeah. I really like his dialogue here. I thought that this was so good. And like the xenophobic asshole thing was really, really good as well. And so I love this scene from Jean, like the little like warning shot thing. I thought that that was really good. But I feel like Yelena, that's the other thing about Yelena, is that she doesn't give a shit at all. Like I think at this point, she wants to die. You know, she doesn't care about living anymore because everything she lived for doesn't matter. And I think that's why she says, like, why me, right? She's like, why do I deserve to live? I don't even give a shit. Like, I think she was ready to die. And that's why she said, like, why don't you just shoot already, right? But I thought this scene was really, really good because this was like the best fake out. Like, I genuinely was like, Jean, why the fuck are you sacrificing yourself for Floch? But then I remembered that Gabby rode in the mouth before and I, you know, felt better. Shit, where's Mikasa? Like, have like Mikasa go after like the cart titan. And then he's realizing like, oh shit, I don't have Mikasa on my side, bro. Where is Mikasa? I just thought that that was really, really great. Look at the look on his face. He's like, wait, Mikasa's not even here, bro. Like, he knows, this man knows he's been played. It's amazing. Oh man, I thought that Mikasa would like pop out and like kill Floch, but like I guess she didn't. I think that that would be cool. I thought that would have been cool. So basically what seemed to have happened is that Armin met up with Annie and then gathered everybody and then met up with Mikasa back here, and then they formulated this plan, which I thought was good. Somebody's watching us. Now the question is, this person who I feel like that this could be Shadis. You know, because Shadis is alive. He was just like big chillin' with his bros, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, it looked like a man's uniform. And Annie was looking back, so I was like, oh, is that supposed to be Hitch? Like, is that the implication? Because Annie looks back at them. But I'm like, who else is a man that Annie would have had a connection with that she would look back like that? I genuinely have like no fucking clue. You know what I mean? Maybe you guys do because you guys remember the show a little bit better than I do, you know? But like I cannot think of anybody that would be exactly. I thought that this river scene was really funny and just like also beautiful, right? And then we have this. I just thought that that dialogue was funny. Why did he partner with Marley? Oh, sorry. When did he partner with Marley last night? Why? If you had stayed a Jaegerist, you'd have everything you would have wanted, right? But like sometimes what you wanted isn't what you need, bro, you know? But like, look at this scene. Like, who gave this scene the right? Like, it just looks so beautiful. But yeah, Jean, like, I think that that's great. Like, I think that his dialogue here is really, really good. This, I have no idea what he's referring to be honest, right? And like, he's like, I don't quite follow, but like, thanks, you know? Like, is he talking about Sasha? I don't know. I feel like, would it be weird if he was talking about Marco, like, all the way back then? I don't know. Anyway, he has regrets, right? He can't just live a cushy life because somebody would never forgive him. I don't know who that's referring to exactly. Maybe Irwin, right? Like, maybe Irwin, he doesn't want to disappoint the commander. I don't know why I keep saying Irwin, by the way. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Irwin. Maybe it's Irwin's ashy bones. Maybe that's what it meant? Yeah. That sounds right, because wasn't, like, Irwin... like, he was, oh my god, not Irwin again. You know? Like, anyway, I don't know, but I'm just saying. And then Yelena just doesn't know why she's alive. They wanted you alive. And then we have Reiner. Annie is waking him up, which I think is very fitting, because it's like, if we're going with the interpretation that being asleep means, like, giving up, or like not having internal conflict with yourself, Annie waking him up gives Reiner internal conflict again, because like it is, I don't want to say it's evidence, but it's almost like, hey Reiner, stop giving up, like, you know, it's time to fight now, bro, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like that's like a nice little metaphor right there, is that Reiner gave up on saving the world. He had no qualms about it, he just accepted death. But now he has conflict again, because now it's like, well, do I give up or do I go with them and save the world? And so now he has like purpose again, in a way, right? He has internal conflict again, therefore he is awake. Anyway, and so now enemies are made in the chaos of war. We hated, loathed, killed one another. It seems like there's gonna be like a big, like, you know, talky talk by the campfire type thing. This scene looks really pretty too, with all the purples in the woods. But somebody does like discharge their little like survey corps weapon thingy right here, and so I have no idea what that's all about. But yeah, the only thing is like, Yeah, like what does lie beyond the campfire? Also, this looks sus as fuck, by the way. But I just don't know where the rest of this show is going. Because if you kill Eren, would those colossal titans stop? Like, would they stop? Because those colossal titans are just people, aren't they? And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, every titan, every purebred or pure blood, any pure titan, whatever, all of the pure titans, like, they go after and eat people, right? Because they're searching for, like, a titan shifter. Like, you know what I mean? But they go around and eat people of their own free will. They don't need to be controlled, right? And so, like, if Eren dies, could they even be stopped? Like, would they just stand still there? I guess if it was commanded for them to do that, but that'd be kind of fucking weird, you know? And so I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I want it, but I'm saying narratively, it's more interesting to me that the rumbling succeeds in the fallout of that instead of them saving the world and stopping the rumbling. Because I don't think that Attack on Titan, I'm gonna say it, I don't think Attack on Titan has ever been that kind of show that, like, we saved the world, woohoo, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think Attack on Titan has ever been like that, really. Like, Attack on Titan had dreams of being like that, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of, like, the characters, they wanted to save the world, but I thought the whole point of Attack on Titan was that the world cannot be saved, you know? In a way. It's not a shonen, right? I mean, it was, but, like, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely not anymore. And so I would say that, like, it's probably going to end up being a bit more stoic than, like, oh, yay, we killed Eren and now the rumbling won't happen and the entire world forgives us. Like, the only outcomes I can see is that they kill Eren, but the rumbling doesn't stop. That's number one. The rumbling goes through before they can kill Eren. They kill Eren for some other reason, whatever that other reason is. And then they just continue living, I guess, and rebuilding society or whatever. So that's like the second thing, right? Is that the rumbling succeeds. The rumbling, like, partially succeeds, but, like, then they have to kill Eren, right? Like, I don't know why they think that this is going to work, I guess, right? Like, I just don't know why they think that this is gonna work. What did I say? We have killing Eren options. We have the rumbling succeeds, the rumbling partly succeeds, and then the rumbling fails. But I think that if the rumbling fails, it's possible that, like, the series would end in a very dark way where everyone dies because the rest of the world retaliates, right? Like, imagine this, okay? Imagine they kill Eren, the colossal titans stop, but then, like, Marley comes in and, like, all the other nations come in and, like, decimate them because that's what they think, that they were all gonna die. It doesn't matter if the colossal stop. They think that Eren was responsible and Eren's still there. The rest of the world doesn't know, right? So I feel like that, like, it may be a very dark ending where they stop Eren, but then they all die, you know? Like, I feel like that they could go that way. But yeah, it's just like, I just don't see it. I just don't know where we're going or, like, how this ends or anything. Because, like, that's like, if the rumbling is foiled, that, I feel like, is the only reasonable course of action, because I feel like the world being like, oh, but you guys killed Eren, so that shows that you were against him all along. Racism is over. Like, I feel like they won't do that, right? They won't do that. So I feel like that, like, if racism isn't over, right, the world would continue to be racist towards them, and then they'd probably all die, and that would be really fucked up. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel like the rumbling is gonna succeed enough, if that makes sense. I feel like it's gonna at least partially succeed. And then maybe they'll stop Eren, but, like, a lot of the world and the militaries of that world have been destroyed in trying to fight off the Colossals. And so maybe that's, like, why they'll be safe for, like, a couple generations or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it'll, like, 50% work, right? And then after, they'll kill Eren, and then Mikasa and Armin and stuff, like, go and, like, try to gather people and rebuild Paradise, but then what happens to the rest of the world and stuff? Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking, but yeah, I just don't know what their plan is gonna be. Clearly, they want to stop Eren, but I don't know if killing him is how that would work because of the Colossals. They would have to force Eren to stop them first, or get Zeke to force those Titans to stop moving, right? And, like, I don't know, like, how do you say, like, self-explode them if that makes sense, like self-explode the Colossals, because I don't know. I don't know if they're killed by Eren that directly, that he can just make them all stop, because they were still Titans ultimately, and we've seen Titans run around without instruction before, so I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all from me, you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little discussion for this episode. Thank you for attending Calxyn's Royal Court today. Remember to check out the Patreon or YouTube membership if you want to support the channel, support the editors and all of that sort of stuff, and see the full-length watch-along reaction where you can see my entire reaction, not just the highlights. And that is going to be it. I hope that you enjoyed again, and I will see you later. Bye!